Shalom, Israel. It's that time again. The I.S.U.P.K. under Commanding General YAHANNA presents the Lord's 57th Annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 57th Annual Passover, April 4th, 2026 in Houston, Texas. All Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans are commanded to observe the Lord's Passover. This will be the biggest Passover to date. You do not want to miss this. Fresh lamb, fresh wine, and bitter herbs as commanded by the Most High. Only $200 per person ages 17 and up. The biggest event of the year. There is only one Passover, and it's under Commanding General YAHANNA. See you there, Israel. Shalom.
You mean everything you need because I know you mean everything in Christ. And Christ means everything you need.
And I called on the Lord. I said, man, Father, this is real. Will you watch over me? Will you raise them up to be strong? I'm just a man with flesh. This is what you called for in your scriptures. You said they wore studs and fringes, they got it on. You said they will follow the law, they doing it. You said under your house shine, they ought to love one another. And they doing it. Commanding General YAHANNA here, I.S.U.P.K, the original I.S.U.P.K, 1969, body of Christ. Here's what I want to tell you, man. Now, I want you to think about something for a minute. You've been studying the scriptures. You've been watching us on tape. You've been watching all kinds of camps on tape. And as you've been watching and studying, you realize that it's coming to the point where you got to put this into action. That you need to step out there on the street and handle that work. Now, here's what happens to a ton of brothers. A ton of brothers go out there without coming through the school and learning what they need to learn. And what happens is they run out there and then they run into problems that they don't know about. And they try to get them problems answered online and calling brothers and all that, and it creates a bunch of confusion. And in many cases, it eventually chokes the truth. It look like it ain't gonna choke it now because you feeling strong, your energy's up. Listen to me, man. Listen to me. You understand? I've been doing this 40 plus years. Okay? Ask anybody my name. It's going to all be bad, which it's supposed to be. All right? Christ said when they speak all manner of evil against you, that's when you know you're doing this work. Do yourself a favor. Come to the I.S.U.P.K first. Learn from the original school first. Even if you think it's too militant or too this, too that, don't let anything block you from getting the pure knowledge first, straight from I.S.U.P.K. I'm saying this out of love because I'm seeing too many brothers fall. They're getting up under cats, they're getting with their clique. Bring your clique here and let your clique handle I.S.U.P.K. Because here's the deal. If your clique ain't strong enough to handle I.S.U.P.K, why would you go out on the street and get swallowed up out there? And if you feel like I.S.U.P.K ain't got it all down, then you should be man enough, you and your crew, to come to us and lay down and break bread and talk about these scriptures. Ain't no harm gonna come to you. Ain't no harm come to a man that disagree with the truth. You ain't trying to harm us, we damn sure ain't trying to harm our own. So come to the I.S.U.P.K, sit down in our classes, learn from us, and then you can make your serious decision on what it is that you're supposed to be. And I guarantee you, you're going to realize that it was much more than what you saw on that video, man. Much love to all you warriors learning, growing, and getting ready to bust out into this work. I'll see you soon. Shalom, family.
Yeah, Babylon is falling. To rise no more. Babylon is falling. To rise no more. Falling. To rise no more. To rise no more. I'm taking a look in the streets. It's real every day what I see. We constantly searching for peace. My people just wanna be free. We tired of the cell blocks and the bullshit. That lying nigga in the pulpit. Same shit but a different day. I speak truth, they ain't come to play. You in the way, better move, nigga. That follow no way gon' be cruel, nigga. Say you gon' make it that tool, nigga. Matter of fact, get you by
Yahweh, verse 17. Mama Sabah, Yah, Mama Sabah, Naba, Yahweh, the come, Naba, Nota, Shabi, Shanya, Sharani, Sats, Hayayana, Kamatiza, Da, Apanaya, Baka, Rakawarki, La, Yahweh, verse 18. Wa, Ha, Corrupt, Al, Ha, the come, Shabai, Kabashim, Dama, Yama, Ban, Ya, Shana, Wapar, Ban, Bakar, Bakwar, Haka, Wahalhayim, Shanayam, Ya, Haya, Ila, La, Yahweh, Malakavim, Nasak, Yam, Ham, Asha, Rayak, Nayakat, La, Yahweh, verse 19. Aisha, Yadam, Shayor, Isaiah, Akad, La, Kata'ath, Shanya, Kabashim, Ya, Shana, La, Sabak, Shalayam, Shalamim. Verse 20.
I don't know you. I'm not letting nobody sell you crack. You know why? Because I never saw you before. But you a black man like me. That's right. And it's worth something.
This is Black Watch with Commanding General YAHANNA, the only man to lead blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans.
God made man on this earth. The white man he made man. God made man. God wants man to obey him.
Bringing you real news.
You don't need a black man in the White House. You need a black man in every black house.
For many years, there's a lot of black people who didn't realize how deep the racism of white America was.
You ain't gonna do nothing unless you decide where you gonna stand at with the Most High.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
Righteous solutions to issues plaguing our nation.
Boy, you better wake up and see the power that is within blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians.
Join us every Monday from 9 to 11 p.m. Black Watch. Let the show begin.
Yeah. Ooh, I'm a little close to this thing. Hold on. Let me get back a little bit. What's going on, fam? Commander General YAHANNA here. Up in the building, man. Is everybody in? Because I'm coming to y'all remote. General Muhammad, you in here?
Kind of one can, sir.
Big shout out to General Muhammad, man, up in the building with us, getting it on. Is Mayaka in the building? Mayaka Allah. Mayaka Allah's on his way. What about Hazai Young? Hazai Young in the building with us? Haz ain't get here yet. He's working on it too. Yeah, getting into the system, man. Big shout out to, oh, there you go, Marvin. Big shout, Most High in Christ. Big shout out to Marah and his whole team. Big shout out to Yediah. Big shout out to Mathumya. Big shout out to Ibad Hayah Salaki, if I mix that order up. You know what I mean? Getting it on every Monday night live. Listen, Passover, 1 more week and a half. If you got questions, man, hit us with the questions. If you need some counsel or whatever, let us know. Let us know what it is. This particular year is going to be, Satan is going to put pressure on you to get to this Passover, but you got to hold it down, and I'm going to tell you why. Because if you hold it down, the Lord will raise up your nation for your nation to get where it has to get. And there your journey for the Passover will then become smaller and smaller and smaller. And understand this, I want you to look around the world and see all the nations that's going to war right now. These nations all started out like you see that room right there. You see that room? They started out with a room of people who believed in the truth, believed in their culture and their identity, no matter what it was. And they stuck with their people and they built their nation up. And so did we. And we were the best at it and the number one at it. But then we ran afoul against our God. They can cross their God because their gods don't have no moral. Their gods allow them to eat babies and do whatever they want to do. Marry girls underage, have sex with girls underage, rape, pillage, murder, all of that. Our God doesn't allow that, and we broke those rules. And we got punished for those rules. And here we are again, ready to redo this thing all over again and return to Yahawashi, our King, and do what it is that he said so we can see that kingdom of heaven. So while I know this year is a struggle for a lot of us, let's keep on getting on. Let's show the Lord what it is we made of, all right? So can we get all into it? You was going to say something, General Salakia?
No, live, sir. That was it.
Okay. You die? You with me? Where you at, bro? You die? Oh, man. Did I lose him? Who's reading, Marah? Is it you die? 1 2 1 2. Man, we lost the whole squad.
I can hear you fine, sir. If you can hear me.
Yeah, I hear you perfect.
Salaki, sir.
You coming in perfect. Yeah, I hear you now, Marah.
Khan, sir. Salaki.
Come again?
No, it's Tawab now, sir. It was a technical difficulty. My bad, sir.
Okay. No sweat. Can we get it on?
Khan, sir.
Uh-huh.
Khan. Trump reacts to Robert Mueller's death. I'm glad.
He said he's glad. Now, this is supposed to be one of his colleagues that worked, in one of their departments. And correct me if I'm wrong, this man was called was he part of the prosecution of Trump?
Kind of one kind.
And wasn't he called by Congress, the Democratic Congress, to prosecute Trump?
Kind of one kind.
So why would Trump be mad at Miller, right?
Mueller, sir.
Mueller, my bad. Why would he be mad at Mueller when Mueller was called to do a job and did his job? What happened to law and order? And he got convicted. How many convictions did Trump get off of his cat?
34, sir.
34. Whew. 34 convictions off of this cat. Prosecuting him. And he just hate the man. Man that was doing his job. You know what I'm saying? Now, if he wasn't doing his job, then that means all of y'all up there is corrupt on both sides. All your law is corrupt, which we know it is because how you deal with the Lord's chosen.
You know that the Lord's chosen have been in captivity under you for 400 and some odd years, and you haven't said to yourself, wait a minute, we need to restore these people. We don't need reparations. We need restoration. That's what we need. Reparations is nothing. Restoration is what we need, man. To be restored to a people and a nation like we was in the past. But instead, you would just rather get rid of us. Why would you be mad at that man for something you doing? You can jump in anytime you want, man. I'm going to get a scripture if I could. You die. Can you die? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Khan Makan.
Yeah. Get Psalms 27 and 12 if you don't mind.
Khan Makan, sir. This is the book of Psalms.
Go ahead.
Khan Makan, sir. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 27 and verse 12. Deliver me not over unto the will of my enemies.
Go ahead.
For false witnesses are risen up against me.
I'm not sure that's the one I was looking for. Which one did I call for? My bad.
Psalms 27 and 12.
No, you're right. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Keep going.
Khan. And such as breathe out cruelty.
And such as breathe out cruelty. That's what David had to deal with, man, with Saul and all of his whole kingdom. And this is exactly what we're dealing with again today. We're dealing with people that breathe out cruelty. They seek to breathe out cruelty. And it is why you want to be under the hands of the Lord. You don't want to be under the hands of these other nations, man. You know what I mean? Many of you brothers and sisters, especially those of you that go to church, you hate us for coming up against you worshiping the white Jesus religion. You hate us because we don't include the other nations as part of our nation. And let's make something clear. Ain't no Hamite a part of this nation. And no Hamite will be allowed into the Passover. This is a private organization's yearly religious event. Everybody is not invited. Everybody is not invited. Like, you people think that the only way you could have anything is if you include the other nations, when the other nations always do not include you. And that shows you that your mind is the mindset of somebody that's been abused, which is why you think that way. Can I get one more quick one, y'all? Psalm 74 and 20. Read that one for me. This is the one that hit home for me when it came to these other nations, man. When you in this world like we are now, you should never forget who you are up under. You understand? They hate us for not loving them while they be cruel to us. They expect us to love them and cheer them on. When look what they've done in 6 months under this president. They have turned all of the whole country around. Racism is on the complete rise of black people, but they never bring that up. They never say. They'll tell you if racism is on the rise with the so-called with the small hats. They'll say, oh, anti-Semitism on the rise. They'll tell you if other things is on the rise, but they'll never tell you if racism against blacks and Latinos are on the rise because of the policies of those in the top of the empire, which is why you need the Lord. Like men and women walk around in the earth like you don't need the Lord. You need the Lord desperately. You need to be covered by the Lord. Why you think we got a Bible? This Bible, man, is coming. The Lord is coming back to implement this Bible in the earth. Why do you think Christ is coming with 200,000 angels? Like, he know power too. You see how these nations wielding power and firing rockets on each other and bombing each other and trying to gain the advantage on each other? Well, guess what? Christ is the same. You do evil towards his, he gonna do the same. He wants power too. And he understands that the other nations only understand real power that come from on high. You need the Lord. You should serve the Lord. He should be everything to you. Because in this evil world, you can't get away from this place, man. The Lord called Egypt the iron dungeon. I could imagine what he's gonna call this place. When we read about this, like the scripture said, we're going to say, is this the man that did weaken nations? Like, we're going to be shot. We're going to read the story and not be able to match the story to the man, because the story going to be so incredibly cruel that we're not going to be able to say, wait a minute, is this the same thing? We're going to be shocked at what it is we think the man is supposed to look like when we see him. Because, of course, at that time, he'll be diminished. Just like in these times, we're diminished. He reads our records in the Bible and hears about how great and mighty and amazing we were. And then he sees us in the ghetto and say, them? Ain't no way they could be the chosen people of the Lord. Look at how they live it. But brother, put on, you understand, your beautiful garments. Come down to the Passover and the brotherhood and sisterhood and be strong in this time. This is the time when men got to be men. You understand? Not selfish, not greedy, not carnal, not giving the filthy lucre, like the scriptures say, which is money, but be an ambassador to Christ. Be a man that was willing to bring in what Christ wanted. Be a man willing to help the brothers and sisters that are around you and among your nation. Value them. Look at how precious they are to the Most High. Christ said, if any harm any of these little ones, it's better you put a millstone around your neck. That's how precious every brother and sister is. Don't be an instrument of cruelty like this, like they are in this kingdom. Read that for me, and I'm going to get up off it.
Khan, sir. Psalm 74 in verse 20. Have respect unto the covenant.
Right. Have respect unto these laws, statutes, and commandments. Have respect unto the deal that God made with us. Have respect unto the chance we got to go come back and to bring in the kingdom of heaven. And listen, and you don't even need faith no more. All you got to do is turn on the news. You could just turn on the news and you know that everything we've been saying since 69 has been true. You seeing it happen. Even if they pull back and they calm it down, you can guarantee that day is coming back. You can guarantee it. And I don't know what they planning, but it sure looks like, you know, they want to press that button. Go ahead. Let me let you finish it so we go back to the story.
Khan, sir. For the dark places of the earth are full of the habitations of cruelty.
See that? That's what the Lord was telling us. Hold on to our covenant, man. Because there's some dark places in this earth out that's full of cruelty. And you don't want to be a part of them dark places. Them soldiers going over there and them soldiers coming out of them Arab countries and them different places, they going into that land full of darkness, full of, you know, cruelty. When you see them bombs hitting, boy, when they playing them tapes, and them bombs hitting, boy, that'll keep you up at night. You ain't no way you gonna sleep after 10, 20 of them bombs hit your city and blow a whole building up, put a crater in the ground, blow 10 cars up into the sky. That sucker hits you, boom, 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 boom. You know that this person on the other end that fired that rocket does not care about you or your family or your soul or nothing. It's a cruel, cruel world. But you're going to get a kingdom of heaven that's not going to be filled with this cruelty. You understand? You are going to be able to be a child forever, so to speak. You're going to be the children of Israel. You're going to be able to never have to take on the responsibility of you know, fighting for your life in this world after Christ's kingdom, because he's going to do it for you. Those angels are going to do it for you. Give me some more on the story, if I could.
Khan, sir. Trump reacted to the news of former special counsel Robert Mueller's death on Saturday by writing on Truth Social that he was glad he's dead.
Damn. I've never heard a president say that about another person working in Washington, D.C. I have never, ever, ever heard him say that. Like, you think people, because they're rich and powerful, they have high morals. Cat could be a multi-billionaire and be a ruthless, you know, piece of you know what. He could be anything. Just like a poor man, you just assume he's a sinner and a criminal, and is why he is poor. But he may be poor and very righteous, just poor because he would not sell his soul out. That's why the Lord said, blessed are the poor, because many of the poor will not sell their soul for money. You know what I mean? They would not do what you would do to get money in your pocket. They would not do that. So therefore, they end up many times in poverty. They're good-hearted in many cases, which is why predators, you know what I mean, make a victim out of them. That's why the Lord said, I send you as sheep among wolves. Be wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove. Because this is the goodness of brothers and sisters. And you better put it on if you want to make it in the kingdom of heaven. You better shed this demonic place we've all been in. We all have to shed it. And we get overthrown sometime here and there, but you must shed it, man. Take a lesson from the slave master. This is one thing that's good about Trump. If you want to say something good, what's good about Trump is Trump usually will tell you how he feels. He may not tell you the truth about everything else, but when it comes to his feelings, it's very hard for him to play different than his feelings. He might lie about the war and how many troops are sending and the death tolls and whether or not they're winning and losing, or whatever the case is. He'll lie about them doctors' reports. I'm perfect, I'm fine, it's wonderful. But he do not lie about how he feels. Then he just spills it. He hated that man. He hated that man because he prosecuted him. He hated that man because he got caught with all his dirt. And remember now, they had all those they had all those tapes. They had them Epstein tapes when they was taking him to trial. So that Mueller damn near gave him a pass because Mueller just prosecuted him on the things he prosecuted him on. What if Mueller would have prosecuted him on all of these things that have come out in the Epstein files? He would have never made it to become president again. It would have never happened. So really, he should thank Mueller for not being as cruel as he has been towards him. And if he could be that cruel towards Mueller, he could be that cruel to the Lord's chosen living in the ghetto who he never have to see. To him, that's like stepping on ants. Let's go on. You got more on it? Your diet? I know I ran a little bit, but give me what you got.
I think
on the thing, on the story.
I believe that's pretty much it on the story, sir.
Yeah, give me a little bit more if you don't mind. If you got a little bit more on it, please.
Sir.
Anybody else can jump in anytime they're ready, but go ahead.
Reflecting his continued disdain for Mueller, probed into Russian interference in the Trump campaign in the 2016 presidential election. Robert Mueller just died. He wrote, "Good. I'm glad he's dead. He can no longer hurt innocent people."
Right, meaning himself. You know what I'm saying? Because as far as he's concerned, and listen, here's what's so amazing. He's glad Mueller's dead, that he could no longer hurt innocent people. So what about all of you who also have hurt innocent people, who have dropped bombs on people, who have committed assassinations, who have falsely incarcerated people, who have dragged so many black people out of their cars and murdered them? I think we got a story tonight about a brother being shot 17 times in his back. You understand? Like, do you believe also it'd be like, can we black people say that to those of you who have done all this cruelty to us? Can we turn around now and say, good, when you die for the cruelty that you do to others? Since it's free, how come you get to be free to not love Mueller? Like, he don't have to love Mueller. You understand? You ready to deport everybody who hates, as you put it, who hates our country. Who hates our country. Well, what if they just hate you? Or what if they just hate the people who have been slaughtered? Or what if they hate the people who's had them in slavery for 400 years? What about that? Can they hate them too? Come on, Myron. You got to have an opinion on this right here.
If you would like, sir.
Please.
I hate to interrupt you while you're getting it on. I hate to interrupt you while you're getting it on, but I know this much. I know this much about Donald Trump, and I believe everyone knows this about him. He does not believe in our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
That's right.
Donald Trump does not believe in Jesus Christ because he does not forgive his enemies. He does not turn the other cheek. He does not love them that hate him. Donald Trump does not believe in Jesus Christ. Now, why do you so-called Christians vote for him? Because he doesn't believe in Jesus. And where is the push to force Donald Trump to forgive his enemies, to turn the other cheek?
Where's Lindsey Graham?
Where's all the people that claim to be Christians? Donald Trump's base, his base, are evangelical Christians.
Yep, Huckabee.
They voted for somebody that doesn't even believe in Jesus. He doesn't even believe in him because he does not follow the teachings of Jesus Christ. He doesn't follow those teachings. He doesn't forgive people. He doesn't turn the other cheek. He doesn't use love to conquer hate. He doesn't believe he does not believe in Jesus Christ. You know what Donald Trump is? Donald Trump is hateful, and the Christian church is a hate group. Donald Trump is the evidence that Christianity is a hate group, because here's the opportunity for the leader of all evangelical Christians. This was a day when his enemy died, a man he was angry with, but a man who had children and a wife. He could have turned the other cheek, sir. He could have he could have showed Christian goodness, Christian kindness, but instead he showed hatred, because the Christian church is a hate group. And I guarantee that every Christian that serves Donald Trump will find an excuse for why he is able to hate his enemies. But they're going to hate. But I'm sorry, sir.
No, I just said wow.
Exactly. But they're going to hate the Israelite school of UPK, hate Commanding General YAHANNA, and call us a hate group. Call us a cult. Tell everyone to be afraid of us when we are better Christians than you are. We follow the words of Jesus Christ. We keep the commandments of God. We're better Jews than the pork eaters in Tel Aviv, and we are better Christians than you Christians that hate your enemies when they die. We're better than you in every way. And now here you are, you have a Christian president who is a sinner, just like the Christian sinners that voted him in office. Salakia, sir.
Yeah, try to get that up. Yeah, that was heavy. It's so true. And if I could, Marah, Yadiah, can you get the story of when they questioned Trump? I think it's a video where they questioned Trump about Cuba. You had to see him respond when they questioned him about Cuba. They questioned him about Cuba like it was let me let the tape do the talking. Like, that is such a great point. Like, all this evangelical talk. Meanwhile, Huckabee said he wouldn't mind if they took over the whole area of the Middle East. He said he would not mind because he knows that's the plan on the table. So it doesn't matter that they slaughter the Palestinians. It doesn't matter that they slaughter the other people. Like, you believe in God as long as you could kill the dark races.
That's right.
Like, that's when you all right with God. You and God is good as long as you can kill the dark races. And once again, why would God put anybody like you in charge of the world unless the people he wants in charge are not obeying him? That would be the only reason he would put you in charge. He put you in charge because you would not obey him. We as a people kept breaking his laws. So he let us see what it's like to live outside of his laws. And boy, did we learn a wonderful lesson. We learned a wonderful and very hard and difficult lesson. That putting us into the hand of cruel people taught us well to want to never, ever disobey the Lord again. Okay, go ahead, Yadiah, if you can get it.
I got the video, sir.
Okay, let's check it out.
I believe I'll be having the honor of.
We got to go back a little further.
Good on
Does it go?
When will the United States do it? I do believe I'll be having the honor of taking Cuba. That'd be good. That's a big honor. Taking Cuba in some form, yeah. Taking Cuba. I mean, whether I free it, take it, I think I could do anything I want with it. You want to know the truth? They're a very weakened nation. When will the United States do it?
Like listen, he said they are very, pause there. He said they are a very wicked nation. But you heard how he said I could free it or keep it. I could frankly do whatever I want with it. Meaning he don't even see that these people should be free on the earth. Like they don't mind wheeling the clock back to slavery. You know what I mean? Like he acted like the entire island of Cuba and the people belong to him now. And that is how you Edomites have treated us for 400 years. Treated us like it does not matter. All you care about is conquering and being on top, and to hell with the people underneath you. The conquistadors did it, white people. Spaniards did it, white people. British did it, white people. French did it, white people. And sure enough, the outcast of Britain, the Americans, you did it as well and did it worse than them all. Like that was cruel. And that ain't even his whole statement, but that was still good enough in what he said. You got more of the statement. That's pretty much it, isn't it? You died?
So we do have more of it.
Okay. I mean, if there's more to it, I don't know. I watched before that point. I don't know if after that point he goes in it. I mean, but you could clearly hear what he said. Like to take a whole nation of people and just act like this is just mine and I do what I want with it. Really, it's a juvenile demon that is on this man. Like, he got a demon like a 5-year-old that just I want it all. I want it for me and I should have it and give it to me, and why I don't have it and they ain't talking bad about me. That's like a bad child. It's like a child who can't take no criticism, can't take no correction, can't understand how to be right with other people. You got to correct them. Like a little kid is bad, you got to correct them all the time. Like, no, don't go take Jimmy's toys, give Jimmy's toys back. That's what kind of man that is. You say Cuba is an evil nation because they defend themselves? What did Cuba do that was so evil? Tell us. Tell us. Tell us what Cuba did that was so evil that you have not done. Like you the main one that that Christ could be talking to when he said cast the first stone. You know what I mean? Because you yet to answer for babies being raped, babies being eaten. And he said, a very evil nation. A very evil nation? Please give us the proof that the Epstein files are not real. Let's clear that illusion up. The Epstein files are not real, then I understand. I understand you saying this is a cruel nation or this is an evil nation. But if those Epstein files are real, then this ain't no evil nation compared to what you've done. Oh, not by a long shot. So help us out to understand exactly what is going on. I yield.
Sir, if I could, Joe.
Please go ahead, Hal.
If I can get you die, or one of the brothers can give me Wisdom of Solomon 2 and verse 7. No, matter of fact, go to verse 6. Wisdom of Solomon 2 and 6, because you know what you're saying is so heavy, and they talk about this kind of man and the ones that roll with him and Wisdom of Solomon, and how they just go conquering the earth and gobbling up and enjoying what they conquering that fills their bellies. Like these cats getting rich off of what they doing. Yeah. And they go in these countries, they're taking over them, they're taking all the resources and putting it in their pockets to make their coffers more richer. Then when you know when you got it, you die.
Oh, sir, I have it.
You read for me?
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2 and verse 6. Come on, therefore, let us enjoy the good things that are present, and let us speedily use the creatures.
Hey, somebody, how can you might have to mute your mic for a second.
Come on.
Go ahead, you die.
Khan, verse 7. Let us fill ourselves with costly wine and ointments, and let no flower of the spring pass by us.
See that they want to go ahead and get these different countries and make themselves rich. Let us fill ourselves with the costly wines and the ointments. Don't let no flowers, nothing good spring up that we don't get for us. They be taking everything from everybody and getting it for us. That's them. That's what they are doing. That's him and his whole cronies doing what they doing. Go ahead.
Khan, sir. Verse 8. Let us crown ourselves with rosebuds before they are withered. Verse 9. Let none of us go without his part of our voluptuousness. Let us leave tokens of our joyfulness in every place, for this is our portion, and our lot is this.
All right, you can stop right there, you die. That's it, General. I just want to bring those things out because this is what they doing. This is what they doing. They getting their part and everything, and they going to these countries and raping and pillaging these countries, like how you said, sir. What they've always done, what the Spanish done did, what the English done did. You know what I mean? The conquistadors, they all done the same exact thing, and he's doing it as well. So slack it.
Damn right. Give it up. Damn right.
And if I could say one thing, sort of back you were pointing out that the Epstein Island wasn't in Cuba,
right?
The Epstein Island was in Florida.
Yes, and he was there,
and he was the best customer. He was the customer of the year. His picture was up on the wall in the bathroom of the Epstein Island. So to hate Cuba as if they're evil when you are the best customer on Epstein Island.
Yeah.
And the Epstein Island is in Florida. For you to hate anybody is such hypocrisy, which is what America's just run on. And it's everything. You know what I saw this week? I meant to call you about, sir. About after America invaded Iran, right? Because, of course, everyone who is leaving the Donald Trump administration is saying that Iran was not close to creating a nuclear weapon. Iran was not an imminent threat. Iran had no capability to attack America at all. And then when they're faced with that fact, you know what they say? They say, well, in Iran, they say death to America. You ever hear that, sir?
Yes.
Yeah, they say, Iran, the people on the streets are saying death to America. And every time I hear that, I go, are you telling me that you Americans don't even believe in freedom of speech? Are you telling me that you're going to kill them and bomb their country for exercising free speech? I thought you Americans believed in people's right to express themselves. Meaning, I thought your grandfather died so that people could say what they wanted to say without fear of repercussions. I thought that was the whole point. Sir?
Yeah. No, listen, Slug, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Please.
Like you absolutely right. That's the whole bedrock of the Constitution.
Yes.
You're supposed to be able to. That's why soldiers come home and throw their medals up, you know what I mean, at the president. You know what I mean? That's why people speak out against them. Like, that's supposed to be freedom of speech. But of course, if you're a brat, you don't want nobody speaking freely. You don't want nobody telling you the truth because you're a brat and you got to be told nice things and told you're great and wonderful because you can't get enough of it. So you got to be spoken to like that, or otherwise you'll bomb and obliterate and destroy and hate and kill, you understand, and even hate the prosecutors in your own government. You don't hate them. Listen, gonna hate them on their deathbed. The man is gone. You're the president of the United States. The man is dead. And you still say, I'm glad.
I mean, it's amazing. And
it's amazing.
So what's that other country? It's another country. What's that one that Hamas rules over?
Hamas used to rule over the Palestinians, but Hezbollah rules over Lebanon.
That's the one. The Hezbollah in Lebanon. Lebanon democratically elected Hezbollah. They voted. They went to the voting booth and they voted for these governments.
Right.
Like these are democratic countries.
Democratically elected.
Yeah, they're democratically elected. and then you kill them because you didn't like who they voted for.
Right.
And then tells the country, no, we're going to pick your leader.
Right.
We are going to decide who your leader is, which means you aren't democratic. You don't believe in elections because you're not supposed to pick another country's leader. You're supposed to let the people pick their leader, which means you don't love America. You hate America. You hate it.
Right.
Exactly.
You hate
you only love yourself.
That's it. That's it.
And if I could, real quick, listen. And the Lebanese brought in Hezbollah because they needed somebody to fight the Israelis who were bombing them. So that's how they got voted in. Like anybody who's under attack, you're gonna vote in the person that's gonna defend you. You know what I'm saying? Which is exactly what happened. And now now they hate Lebanon because Lebanon chose to get somebody to defend them from you. so you hate them more. You robbing and pillaging them. They vote in somebody to hate you. You hate them even more. Like the Palestinians voted in Hamas, and they said they voted in Hamas because Hamas was campaigning to defend them against Israel.
That's it.
So they voted Hamas in. Then you got mad that they voted the Hamas in. Mm-hmm. You got mad.
And they always crying victim, sir. Like the same thing they did. History showed it what they did to Germany. They say them Khazars was brutal, man. They were brutal and killing and pillaging. And then finally, when you get them back, when the Germans get them back and they find a way to get them, now they the victims forever. They the victims forever. And you got to be nice to them and you got to pay them reparations. And America supports them. They always crying victim. Anti-Semitic. You can't say nothing against us or you're anti-Semitic. Always playing the victim, sir.
Listen, you're right.
Like this white man over here. Slocky. Go ahead, sir.
And if I could, you thought you was being invaded from Mexico. So you voted in a man to defend you and to close up the border. So what was wrong with that? Like, if you could vote in somebody to protect you, why can't the other nations try to protect themselves? It's like you make him cruel. You make them the evil one for not allowing you to rob and pillage their country like you did Iraq. Like America got to catch a grip because you're going to foster God's judgment for being such disgusting hypocrites. I mean, those evangelicals must be the most rottenest people you ever met. Because for them to be so anti-Christ while so trying to be like the people of Christ is such a hypocrisy. And you black churches, you trying to do the same thing. You trying to claim to be like Christ while promoting homosexuality to the sky. Like, you are amazing hypocrites in this world. And it is why we're here to tell you the judgment of the Lord. Like, these are the prophets of God come back to tell you to your face that God's judgment is above your judgment. You can be cruel on human beings on the earth, but God is going to be cruel to you from on high. And you are not going to like that judgment. You should stop doing the evil that you're doing. I yield. Salakia.
Okay. And listen, Trump said he made two statements. Trump said at one, I think it was last year. He might have been this year. He said something like, "I know I'm not going to heaven."
Yes, he did.
I'm probably going to that other place. He said that. So you know what I'm saying, and again, he is not patriotic. He doesn't love America. Remember, he skipped the war. He making ways for his son not to skip the war.
Five times.
Said his son too tall because he's 6'7" or something. Yet some other 7 foot got drafted years ago. You know what I'm saying? So he's making excuses. He don't, he rich and he don't think he should have to die for America because he don't love America. Been cheating on his taxes since his father gave him the $1 million. You know what I mean? Been cheating on his taxes. Trump is very un-American and unpatriotic. And like the general brought out earlier, he does not want democracy. He does not want the people to rule. He wants to rule, and so goddamn selfish It's ridiculous. Got to be on everything. His name on everything. He got to control everything. They say the Constitution said you're not supposed to put a president on money while they're still alive. That's written in America's laws. Trump got a coin out. Democrats hollering about it, but they can't stop him. He got a coin out with his image on it, a gold coin. You know what I'm saying? And he is all about, like you said, he's just a big spoiled baby, having a tantrum, doing what he wants. He didn't change the game. And, and that's why everybody else is following lead. Every evil bastard under him is following lead, doing what they want, not following anything in their so-called Constitution. They do what they want now.
Can I say one thing, sir? I'm sorry.
Please, go ahead, please.
I want to give you a quick brief. Just now, as General Mayock was speaking, on the TV screen in front of me, it said, quote from Trump, he's telling the Senate to skip Easter. Don't celebrate Easter, pass the voting bill for Jesus instead. Now, this is who Christians voted in. Their president told them to skip Easter. That's what it just said on the TV on CNN. Skip Easter. Now, this is who you Christians voted in office because he is just like you. He doesn't care about Jesus. He doesn't care about the resurrection of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, and neither do you. You don't care about it either. Salakia, sir.
In general, just to piggy bank off of that, when Trump was running, he said they got him on tape saying, "Well, we have to do the things to get elected. We got to get elected first. So we got to say this and we got to say that." Like he said on tape. He'll say whatever it takes to get elected. And so with this, he know the Democrats look strong with this coming election. So now he like, come on, Republicans, we got to do this for Jesus. He don't care about Jesus, but goddamn, if him saying Jesus to get him them votes and get him that power, he'll Jesus all day.
Like imagine telling a Christian to skip Easter and the Christian go, okay. He's telling Christians to give up Easter. Skip it this year.
To hell with that resurrection. Let's skip that resurrection this year.
Like I wish everybody could get that Twilight Zone. Anybody know this Twilight Zone? Please throw it up in the chat or something. You know what I'm saying? How about if you got it? Send it to me on the on my 917 number. There's a Twilight Zone episode. And Twilight Zone is a very old series, but Rod Sterling was a genius, and he has an episode where there's a young kid, and the young kid all of a sudden has the power to turn you into a scarecrow and put you out in the cornfield. So he's ruling over the whole town. Everybody is scared to death around him. And he's coming through the town, and if he's like a brat, if he don't like something, he says, "You should have given that to me." And he points at you and sends you to the cornfield. And everybody else is scared to death, and that's Donald Trump. Like, you see that episode and see what's going on up there, you're going to say, well, goddamn, that's the same thing. That is the same thing. You know what I mean? And so that's it.
I can't believe he was so mad at that Fed chick, that cat that's in the Fed, that old dude, because they was on the video and Trump said, "Yeah, these buildings are going to cost us this and that, and that old dude, so he caught him by surprise. The old dude said, "No, I didn't see that." And Trump pulled out some paper and gave it to him on this live TV. And so the old dude in the Fed, he said, "No, this is wrong. Oh, I see the problem. This is because you're including the other buildings that ain't been done yet. That's not correct." And Trump said, Trump just kept talking, trying to talk, over the cat. And I said, "Ooh, Trump ain't gonna like that." And after that, now he's trying to get rid of this cat. I mean, the court is on the cat's side so far, but Trump is trying to get rid. If you disagree with him before the world, he is coming to get you.
That's gonna be your ass. Man.
And also, sir, this story I saw on mainstream media, but not enough as far as I'm concerned. Some high-ranking general is missing. Did you hear about that? Oh, he's gone. Where the hell he's at? They searching all over the goddamn place for him. But he's a high-ranking general with all these intelligence clearances, and he's just gone. He's just missing. They don't know where he is.
And they worried to death because they know he knew a whole lot about what it is that they're dealing with. You know what I mean? And and another, not only that, another general had to resign.
Yeah.
A black man had to resign because he would not carry out the orders of Hegseth, who said to fire on those boats outside of Venezuela.
Damn.
And he said it's illegal, sir, to fire on civilian boats without proof that these men are criminals. And they said, you got to go, and dismissed him right out. You know what I mean? And we ain't gonna go to that story because Yediah got so many stories, but that is one of the stories. And once again, you telling a general to go break the law and to kill people, unalive people, Salakia, and you expect him to carry it out. Like, these are super warmongers.
And sir, also it's an Edomite intelligence officer, high ranking. He stepped down and said, listen, I can't do this because I'm an intelligence officer who is an advisor to the administration, and Iran did nothing to start this war. Iran did nothing. All my intelligence said they did absolutely nothing. There was no threat to America whatsoever, and I'm against this war, so I'm resigning. And so he in the news now.
You're right. He did an interview with Tucker Carlson and was telling him what was going on. Now they want to arrest Tucker Carlson. They said they want to arrest him because Tucker Carlson got in touch with some Iranians before the war to find out, what they were doing, and he wanted to interview him. Now they talk about putting him up on charges, which means America was never meant for people to be free. The founding fathers had an amazing dream to try to give you a fair country, knowing what you are capable of. But you failed those founding fathers. For sure. You failed the hell out of them because they knew that people like this would get in charge of your country, and they would roll back all your laws and rules, and they would turn around and just become, slaughterers, like have so many in the past. Like so many in the past was supposed to learn from Adolf Hitler and people like him. But no, it never gets learned, because you will always have people that are born in this earth full of demons. And those demons are only satisfied by destruction and cruelty and evil. And only if you come into the I.S.U.P.K. and learn how not to be one of those people, you will become brand new under Yahawashi, and you will then turn around and make righteous decisions throughout all that you do. Salaki, are you?
And I was just thinking the other day, General, when he said that about that cat that investigated him over Russia. It was who that Mueller, right? When he said, "I'm glad he's dead," I said, "Ooh!" I said, even for an Edomite, Trump is a horrible person. Even in the realm of Edomites, he is a horrible person. And I'm sure the founding fathers knew of some of them types back in their day, and that's why they put all these stipulations in there, because they knew if this type of devil get the power,
and let me tell you, but I didn't mean to cut you. Let you finish.
That was
okay. I was just going to say, and I'm sorry. Go ahead, Maya. Go ahead.
No. I was just going to say they saw that type and said, "Well, we got to make protections so this type, if they get in the power, they can't go crazy." I yield, sir.
No, you so right, Maya. You give it up, y'all, real quick. Like, you so right, because listen, remember, they came from England that was doing the same thing to them that they didn't want to happen to the next generation. Like England was taking all their money, raping their women, pillaging the land, and treating them like peasants. And they knew it. And they said, "Yo, we're gonna have to come up against them, man, because look what they doing." Fortunately for you, the children of Israel don't have to come up against you. The children of Israel have to serve their God. The problem for you is their God is known as the terrible God. And he is that is a cat you don't want to be on the bad side of him. Okay. You get on the bad side of the Lord, you are in a bad situation. And you won't even know it till it's too late. You understand? Go back and read them writings of Pharaoh during the time of Moses and during the time of the Exodus and the horror and nightmares that those pharaohs went through because of the prophecies of the Lord and the plagues in which he put upon them. The nightmares and the horror and the pain was biblical. And what has been going on in this empire that seems like it's going to increase. It seems like this is a return to slavery or return to the same evil things that went on before. And if that is the case, boy, that fits with the scriptures that said, put ye in the sickle because the harvest is full. You've done so much evil in the earth that the Lord now is ready to give you that retribution. And I would not play with the Most High with battling other countries, because he may not be with you because of your cruelty and evil, but you've gotten away with it so long, you believe you'll always get away with it, which is a terrible mistake. It's a horrible thing to fall into the hands of the Lord. And all the prophets can do is tell you. All we can do is tell you. If you don't want to listen, well, ain't nothing we can do about it. I yield. Go ahead, you die.
Colonel Khan, sir. Colonel Khan. Okay. Had his back to the officer. Atlanta cop shot man 17 times as he urinated into bushes. Family says body cam video proves it was an execution.
You see what I'm saying? He saw that man urinating in the bushes, and he was incensed. Like, how dare you got footage of it by any chance?
Sloggy, so we trying to pull it up now.
Yeah. Like, how dare you urinate on master's bushes? How dare you?
Don't
and
tell
just
me black cop.
Yep. And just murdered this brother. Read some more, you die, please.
Khan, sir. Linton Blackwell appeared to be urinating in the bushes outside a nightclub when an Atlanta police officer with a history of disciplinary action against him shot him 17 times in the back, according to a family member who was allowed to watch the body camera video.
Like that's what happens when you try to be like the slave master. Okay. You take on that same demon. Like, you got to understand, this is a world filled with demons. And you take on those demons when you don't fight the demons. You got to fight the demons. Or you'll take on that demon and you will do what that demon wants you to do, which is murder this brother 17 times just for urinating. Just for urinating in these bushes. Like, you will lose your sense of justice and what's right and what's wrong. And the wicked love for that to happen. The reason the wicked love for that to happen, because when that happens, then the wicked don't have to be accountable. When you lose your sense of justice, then the wicked don't have to be accountable. And that's the problem. We should have never had a civil rights movement. We should have had our rights movement, not a civil rights movement. We should have circled the wagons around ourselves. And we better do it now before Christ returns, because it's going to get bad and worse. You know what I mean? Give me the next story, you die.
And it's sad to say, if I can just comment on this story,
please.
That's what Christ said in John 8:44, ye of your father the devil. He was talking to black people when he said this, but said it because they take on the spirit of our oppressor, man. Our oppressor hates people, and now you become a black cop, you feel closer to them than you do to us. You know what I'm saying? So you take on a spirit. And it's saying the lust of your father you will do. Like, since your father is the white man, since you got their spirit, you'll take on everything that they hate, you'll hate. Everything that they love, you'll love. And I understand why black cops end up shooting, a black man 17 times. That's horrific. And then you see it's a black one of us. It's like, it's really not one of us. He embodied the devil. So.
And then there you feel like you can do it and get away with it. But all of this is coming to an end. Go ahead, Slocky.
He gonna find out, General, that they don't support black cops like they do the white cops. You're
Right.
gonna find that out. I yield, sir.
Damn right. What else you got?
Come, sir. Trump says ICE agents will assist airport security as DHS shutdown continues.
So now, this is obviously a terror campaign going across the country. And they're going to terrorize people. You done murdered 2 people already. You dragging people out their car. You taking their babies from them. You disrupting their whole lives. And now you're going to do it in the airports. You're going to do it with people standing online for 4 and 5 hours. Like, Trump loves this. Like, this is evil beyond belief. Because you're going to go into those airports where people are online for hours. And they're going to get aggravated. And as they get aggravated, there you are, ready to just be a brutal force. You understand? Illegally, you understand, for a bunch of warmongers who don't want to be pulled up on charges for eating babies. Like if you part of that clan, boy, oh boy, you have to be an immoral beast. For you to turn around and to stand on that and to do more evil so that they can eat babies. You have no sense of righteousness or justice or anything. I yield, Salaki. You got more, you dad?
Sir.
Let's move on.
Come. Iran vows to destroy Middle East water and energy facilities if the United States attacks power plants.
Brother, if they now they went over the deadline. Trump is saying they negotiating. They saying they not. Brother, if they take it to this level, this next level, it is going to be a horror show. Because what Trump is threatening to do is to go in, bomb a power plant so they give a blackout to the entire country, or at least a major section of the country. Now, here's what comes with it. They lose all power, which means the people will be in the dark. Then on top of it, they lose the ability to refine oil, which means all of the oil shuts off, which means also the power plants are going to shut down, and not because they're going to be bombed. And when the power plants shut down, they can no longer purify the water. So they'll be in the desert with no lights, no revenue, no oil to run their generators, so no clean water. That's what will happen if he goes in there and does that. Now, if he goes in there and does that, what did they say they were going to do?
Khan, Iran vows to destroy Middle East water and energy facilities.
Which means they're going to turn around and destroy all the power plants of all their enemies around them and all the water facilities around them. Now, if they hit back and do that back to the other nations, the entire Middle East will descend into the Stone Age. The entire Middle East will descend into a place where there's no water, no food, no transportation, no electricity, no nothing. And brother, brothers ask me all the time, General, is this a sign? Is this that Third World War? Is this everybody going in the Valley of Jehoshaphat? I always caution brothers that, this could end and they could start again at a later time, like they've done so many times in the last 40 years. But if they go to this next step, or this next level here, man, I'm going to be hard pressed to say to brothers, no, they not going to go there, because it is looking very bad then. If they go there, it's looking like somebody is going to plan on dropping a nuke on somebody else. I mean, if it goes there, so many other nations have to join in. They'll have to join in, because if they don't join in, their entire economic structure would fall. They have to get involved in. And you'll have nations coming in the dark from all sides of the conflict. Pakistan, India, Turkey, and a whole host of other countries will be entering into that battle. And it will be a mess. And it'll be a real bad mess if the Iranians have the ability to still keep the Straits of Hormuz closed. If the Iranians still keep the Straits of Hormuz closed after that, get ready for a recession like you've never seen before. Get ready to see everything. The housing market crash, Wall Street crash. Get ready to see everything. Businesses stop. Get ready to spend $20 at the tank, at the gas pump, and get ready to spend 4 times what you're spending on your fruits and vegetables and meat, because that's how it's going to be, and it's going to be so scarce. And guess what? In all that, the rich are going to make a ton of money. U.S. refineries are going to get rich. U.S. food companies are going to get rich. U.S. trucking companies are going to get rich. And you are going to starve. And you are going to be without power and light. And you are going to be without clean water. That's what will happen if they go there. If they go there, then, and listen, and Trump is the right one for it. If this is the Lord's plan to bring them into the Third World War, he got the right one. He got the right one. Like Trump will go there. He has the ability to have no empathy, which is what it would take to be that cruel. And maybe the mullahs over there have the same ability to be that cruel. And if they do, you might be looking at the end of the world as we know it. Certainly as we know it, the end of the world, period, will shortly come after that. Will shortly come after that. Because, I mean, if they shut it all down, do you realize they would literally bomb the Israelis' power plants as well and put the entire Israeli country, they would plunge it into darkness along with the other nations around them, Saudi Arabia and all of that. It would be amazing. It would be an amazing, amazing thing to see. It would mean that this is biblical. It would certainly look biblical at that point if they get to go there. Anybody else want to jump in?
If I could, sir, I think you finally just revealed to me why those lights are out in Cuba. I think you just said something that made me realize just why there's no power in Cuba, because Donald Trump has went over there and turned their goddamn power off. I can always
go ahead. Salaki.
No, until now on the news, it's like, well, Cuba's power is off because they're poor. Because the power of grid is so old over in Cuba. Yeah, that's real coincidental. And of course, as soon as the power goes out, what does Donald Trump say? Well, I might have the honor of taking Cuba. Maybe this is happening in the Middle East and right here. That now there's no power in Cuba because the United States cut the power off in Cuba. They cut the power off, and now, of course, Cuba is ready to comply and be taken over. And maybe before you know it, there's no power in the Middle East and there's no power in America. So,
Can I read something?
Please, sir.
Listen, give it up, y'all. What you saying is so true. Like they cut that oil off from Venezuela and Cuba went into darkness.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And it done went into darkness and they watching it fall and saying, hey, we're going to take it over in a second. Like this says you come into the Edomite is coming back to who he really is. Like now the world is going to now stop telling us we wrong for saying the things we say about it.
That's right.
The world is going to back up and say, now we understand. Even white people are saying, now we understand. You should have heard, if you die, I don't know if you have it, where the TSA agents, the ICE agents were arresting the Latino sister today at the airport. And you should have heard what the people was saying to the ICE agents. Like I've never heard white people talk to white law enforcement like they did. See if you could find it, Yedaya, if you could. In the meantime, or somebody else find it. In the meantime, somebody get me, Yedaya, get me Job, the 12th chapter.
Sir.
Start at 21. And listen to this good. But really, I should go up above it. Really, can I get 3?
Sir.
Start, shit. Give me 19. 19, goddammit. Give it to me quick, you die.
Sir. The book of Job, chapter 12 and verse 19. He leadeth princes away spoiled.
He take a prince and lead him away with nothing. You might be in superpower on the earth, but he will take you and lead you away with nothing. Go ahead.
And overthroweth the mighty.
And that's why the Lord got to be respected in the earth, because he will overthrow the mighty. I don't care. He don't care how mighty you become. You be mighty in your own head. The Lord is the one that made all the elements for you to make the weapons that you had. You think he can't make a better weapon than the one you had? How foolish could you be? Once again, like a spoiled brat, you would believe that you're just amazing. When the Lord created you for this day of destruction. Go ahead.
Sir, verse 20. He removeth away the speech of the trusty.
Hey, the Lord see you going off? No problem. He removed the speech of the trusty. He removed the wise men that you can count on to tell you the truth, because he see you become ignorant and puffed up and proud. And he removed them cats out the way because he getting ready to move on you. Go ahead.
Sir. And taketh away the understanding of the aged.
Right. And taketh away them wise men of the past. That's why when Pharaoh came to destroy the children of Israel, remember what the scripture said. The scripture said there rose a Pharaoh that remembered not Joseph. Meaning he took away them aged men that'll remind you why not to do that. Like all them counselors sat up there and said, do not invade down there. But them old cats, he removed them cats.
That's right.
He pushed them out the way. Those was them aged men telling you, listen, we know from experience this is a mistake. But power, drunken with power. So got to go bring destruction down in the earth. Go ahead.
Sir. Verse 22. Verse 21. He poureth contempt upon princes.
Right. You might be great, but he will pour contempt on you, man. He will make the people hate you. He will make you look horrible for the things that you do. Go ahead.
And weakeneth the strength of the mighty.
And he weakened the strength of the mighty. That's the Lord out. He can break you down and weaken the strength of the mighty. Go ahead.
Sir, verse 22. He discovereth deep things of darkness.
Out of darkness. He discovered deep things out of darkness, man. Like you put down the lights in the whole Middle East, oh man, there's gonna be some discoveries coming out of there.
Yikes.
You're gonna figure it out. They just fired a missile from Iran onto that island Garcia. Now that island is 4,000 miles away. Iran's missile capability was believed to be between 2,000 and 2,500 miles. They just fired a rocket 4,000 miles. Now, here's the thing. If they can fire a rocket 4,000 miles away, that means they can fire a rocket right into Europe and bomb a European country without any repercussion. So that's a good long distance. I don't want to say without any repercussion. They can have repercussions, but meaning they have the ability to fire on Europe. Also, that's a frightening thing. And the Lord said he discovered, read it again, 22 real quick.
Sir, Job chapter 12 and verse 22. He discovereth deep things out of darkness.
Come on.
And bringeth out to light the shadow of death.
And he bringeth out to light the shadow of death. They plunged that part of the world into darkness. The Lord might reveal that the shadow of death is in this situation. Right. They might pull out weapons of mass destruction from God knows where and start to present them to every one of them countries over there, including Iran. Like already Turkey, Pakistan, and Saudi Arabia are saying they have a pact together and they have a right to defend themselves, which means they now are entering into the battle. Which means what? They could end up fighting other countries in that Middle East, which will bring more hell down between all three of them. Pakistan got nukes. And it's going to break other relationships. If they sign a pact with Pakistan because Pakistan got nukes, then they don't need the United States anymore. They may come up out of this and tell the United States, we paid you all that money. You were supposed to defend us. And them Iranians came over here and bombed us into the damn Stone Age, damn near. Like this much is true. The way this is going to be a mess of epic proportions. And the Lord said, man, he bringeth out to light the shadow of death. And that shadow of death, is going to bring hell down in this earth. So, I yield.
Come on, sir. You die.
You got that other tape by any chance? Was you able to find it? No go. If not, we move on to the next story.
Con, sir. We couldn't find the tape, sir.
All right, let's move on to the next story.
Con, sir. It's a trap. Trump puts J.D. Vance on the spot over Iran. Then the Oval Office moment starts closing in on camera as Vance scrambles for an answer and can't find a way out.
That's a rough one. We have footage?
Not sure, sir.
All right, let's keep reading.
Con, J.D. Vance stood a few feet away from President Donald Trump with reporters packed into the Oval Office and cameras locked in, capturing a moment that felt like it could stick.
Trump is falling asleep. Trump falling asleep right there, sir. Right there.
Yeah. Oh, you do got footage. God damn. Let me see. Is he falling asleep like Biden?
He was hanging on. He was hanging on by a thread right there.
Good night.
Donald Trump delivered peace and prosperity, and Kamala Harris has delivered war all over the world and unaffordable groceries and housing here at home. We're going to stop sending our young people to faraway lands. We are not the policemen of the world. One of the most important selling points for President Trump's agenda is when you project American strength. And when you engage in smart diplomacy, you can keep the world from blowing up. If you're worried about the world spinning out of control, if you're worried about a military draft, if you're worried about, God forbid, a world war, the best way to prevent it is to vote for Donald Trump. Our interest, I think, very much is in not going to war with Iran, right? It would be a huge distraction of resources. It would be massively expensive to our country.
Vice President when it comes to U.S. action in Iran?
I don't think so. No, we get along very well on this. He was, I would say, philosophically a little bit different than me. I think he was maybe less enthusiastic about going, but he was quite enthusiastic. But I felt it was something we had to do. I didn't feel we had a choice. If we didn't do it, they would have done it to us. I felt, based on the negotiations that were being had by Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner and Marco and Pete and everybody was involved, I felt that they were looking to tap us along before they hit, and I thought they were going to hit. And if they hit us first, that would have been a very bad thing.
Sir? Anyone there? I'm sorry, sir.
I think. Yes, sir. Come on, Khan.
Yeah, I'm back. Salaki, y'all.
Okay. Did you? Okay, there you go, Salaki.
Salaki, y'all.
No problem.
Had a little camera trouble. There you go. All right. Yeah, I mean, okay, that right there sounds like somebody was doing some kind of financial deals in order to slow them negotiations down, and them financial deals didn't come through. Now, I ain't an expert, but that whole conversation sounded very, very flaky. You know what I mean? He threw Vance under the bus like, don't be saying we ain't sending no troops. We sending some troops. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Marvin. It's
I was going to say, sir, 4 people from Trump's administration already told the world why the war in Iran started, because the Israelis decided to bomb Iran, whether the U.S. liked it or not. And so the U.S. 4 people have said it. Marco Rubio said it. Another congressman said it. The cat that just left the administration, the head of counterintelligence, he went on Tucker Carlson's show and said that the Israelis were bombing Iran. They were dead set on doing it, even if the U.S. didn't want them to do it. The U.S. told them not to do it. They said, we're doing it anyway. So the U.S. had to join, because if they didn't join, then Iran would attack them because they're allies with the Israelis. So the Israeli government pushed America into the war. Marco Rubio said it at a news conference. And then another congressman said it, and now a third person, the head of counterintelligence that just resigned over America going into war, said the Israelis pushed them into this war. And of course, the Israelis were the government power allegedly behind Epstein. They were the government that Jeffrey Epstein was working for, allegedly. And so now it was time to pay the bill. Now it's time to pay the bill. Donald Trump was going to do what the Israelis wanted him to do, because Epstein worked for the Israeli government, allegedly. And now it was time to pay up. It was time, and they did it. The Israeli government pushed America into this war, and like 4 people from the government have already said it on live TV at the time.
Wow. That's crazy. Give it up.
And I remember most time.
Go ahead, my
Netanyahu said they're going to protect themselves and can't nobody make them stop protecting themselves. And that's that. So all he got to say is, they're going to bomb us. We're protecting ourselves. And they do what he wants.
And imagine how much money America gives the Israelis. Billions and billions of dollars. And the Israelis still give America no obedience, no loyalty at all. That's what the Israeli government does. Because why do they? They have tapes of the president in kind of compromising position, allegedly. They have tapes and hours for years. Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein were friends, neighbors in Florida. They have years of it. And now it's time to pay. Salaki, sir.
Y'all keep going. I'll be right back.
Oh, Salaki, sir. Go ahead, you die.
Con, sir. Con. Asia stocks slide as U.S. and Iran threaten to escalate war.
Keep going.
Khan. Stock markets have fallen and the price of oil has risen after Washington and Tehran have threatened to escalate hostilities as the U.S.-Israel war with Iran enters its 4th week.
Here we go. Now, of course, it's affecting worldwide markets, affecting the markets over in Japan. Just now today on the news, Mayak, they said Donald Trump now wants a 5-day pause with the war. He just wants to give it 5 days because, of course, he's seeing all of this and he's seeing how much money everyone is losing because he's an Israeli puppet. Right. He's an Epstein Island puppet. And so now everyone is losing money. So now he wants to pause the war for 5 days. And he's such a liar because he said, well, I'm pausing the war because we're in negotiations. Right. That's why I'm pausing the war. The Iranians said, we're not negotiating. Right. Negotiation. He's such a stinking liar. And you are too. You Christians are just like him. That's the point. I want you to understand. As you look at Donald Trump, I want you to know you're just like him. I want you to face that. I want you to accept that you are just like him. That's why you chose him. That's why you wanted him. You wanted him because he is a Pharaoh who knew not Joseph. He's an evil, wicked man who doesn't care about the sacrifice that the Latinos made to build this country. And you like that in him. You consider that a quality. Now look at him now. You're losing all your goddamn money. You white people got those big giant trucks too. My God, I don't know what. Listen, if the gas goes up anymore, I'm going back to crime. Do you understand me, Mayak? It's going to be hard to keep me off of crime if this gasoline price goes up anymore. I don't know what you white people are doing with those giant trucks that you love to drive. You're filling up that truck and going hunting in the damn woods, driving for 5 hours with that truck with some president that is going to raise the gas prices on you, and they are never going to hurt. They're going to make more money when the gas goes up, and you are going to get more poor. Why did you support someone like this? Because you're disgusting. You're violent. You're a child predator as well. You're someone that hurts children. So now, of course, China, they have to hurt. Every country has to hurt, all because one man doesn't want to confess to what he did on Epstein's island, and he's too afraid to stand up and be a man against the Israeli government. Go ahead, Yediah.
And if I can, General, white people are so goddamn weird. They interviewed some Edomites today, and they asked the one white woman. They said, what message you want to send to Trump with all this going on? They said, she said, you're an ignorant bastard, and you need to change and stop all this, you ignorant bastard, you selfish, ignorant bastard. He said, how many times did you vote for him? She said, 3 times. She said 3 times. So I guess that would make me an idiot too. I said, oh my God, these people are strange.
Lord.
I yield, General.
Mayak, you're telling the truth about white people. White people, you're not fit to govern yourself, let alone the world. You're not fit for it. You have to let blacks and Latinos govern this world. I mean, you're proving this point week after week. You prove that you're unfit to make the big decisions. You can't do it. Yediah.
Go on, sir.
Talk, sir.
Yeah.
Food prices likely to rise due to Iran war, UK Farmers Union says.
And if I could, right, all of this really shows you how fragile the whole world is. All these weapons and bombs and missiles and planes and technology and satellites. And look how easy it was to disrupt the entire ecosystem of the planet. Like this go on for another month and this place will fall apart. Now you can't even, the food is going to go up too high. You built so much selfish evil that you have nothing for the people that you're supposed to be taking care of. The American citizens. Go ahead, Yediah.
Con, sir. The National Farmers Union has warned that food prices in the UK are likely to go up as a result of the conflict in the Middle East.
Go ahead.
Khan, NFU President Tom Bradshaw told the BBC that the price of cucumbers and tomatoes could rise over the next 6 weeks, with the cost of other crops and milk increasing in the next 3 to 6 months.
And you know it's going to increase because you ain't got no Mexicans. So you already know.
Of course.
Like every cruel act is turning on yourself.
Yeah.
Like you got rid of the Mexicans, prices went up. Now the oil you're gonna get rid of, you're gonna destroy the oil, and now it's really gonna go up. And they were on the border, stopping Mexican drivers from legally coming into the United States to drop their cargoes off. They was stopping the drivers and making them turn around because they was not American citizens. When they have an agreement with Mexico to allow drivers to cross the border, both directions. But they cross the border, you turn them around with a whole truckload of fruits and vegetables, and now what? Now you cut are you trying to starve America? Is that the plan? Like your cruelty is returning on your own head. Go ahead, Maya.
They was bringing out, General, how that oil and that fuel, it's the source that controls the internet and AI and the electric. Like that fuel powers the electric and powers AI and powers the internet. So I see why Trump gave it 5 days. Let's rethink this. You know, let's look a little closer. I yield.
Right, listen, you dead on right, because you go mess around and piss Elon Musk off. You know what happened last time. Elon was in that back room getting high as a mother. You understand? And you know you need him to build them data centers so you can track every movement of everybody's eyeballs across the whole goddamn world. And you mess that oil up and them data centers can't get that juice, woo! Which of course is going to make America even more vulnerable, because of course the amount of power is going to be needed to run these AI systems is going to make the whole country vulnerable. One of them things go offline at the wrong time. Who knows what'll happen? Who knows what'll happen? So it's you know, it's about to be a horrible, horrible mistake of more madness because of cruelty. Because of cruelty, man. Because of cruelty. And like you said, Muhammad, no sense of how to balance the earth. Like you just want to gobble up everything. And what about bringing balance to the earth? What about, you know, putting people, you know, ensuring all boundaries, even the people that don't like you?
That's right.
Well, that's what the UN was supposed to be about. The UN was supposed to be about you all coming together so you could set boundaries for every country and to eliminate the conflicts by identifying everybody's borders and negotiating through all issues. But no. You gonna go and just gobble up whatever you can get your hands on across the world. Because you feel now you have the technology and the ability to do all that, which is such a mistake. It's such a mistake to do that. It's such a mistake to count the Lord out. You know what I mean? Eventually, you're going to probably come out and say, God don't exist.
That's right.
That'll be next. That'll be next. You know what I'm saying?
I say one good thing, sir, if I could. And, you know, over the years and under your service, sir, I've been studying many things. I've also studied labor unions, right? How labor unions work, and I know you recall this. This was about 10 years ago, maybe more, when in New York City the firemen fought the policemen. Remember that, sir? It was in City Hall
during 9/11. They did it.
They did it again. Yes, that's the one I remember. During 9/11, out in front of City Hall in New York, the policemen and the firemen were punching each other in the face.
Yes,
it was an amazing thing to see. And I watched. Now, as I studied labor unions, and one of the tactics of management is to pit two unions against each other by giving one union money, and then the other union will hate that one, and then they can let one half of the poor kill the other half of the poor, or unalive the other half of the poor, and that's how the bosses weaken unions. I think everybody out there gets me. Well, you know what happened with another form when food is so expensive and gasoline is so expensive, then you're going to make people poor that you cannot make poor. And you know what's happening right now? ICE agents get a $50,000 bonus when you become an ICE agent. You know what's happening now, sir? The Marines don't get that. They don't get that. The Navy does not get that bonus. Right now, the Marines and the Navy are sitting around and they can't get funding because ICE is bigger than the Marines. They're more funded, better funded than the Navy. They're better funded than the Air Force. They're better funded than the Marines. And do you know what happens over time when you can't afford food and the ICE agents over there are getting $50,000? You're going to have civil war between the Marines and the ICE agents. Civil war between the police officers. Police officers aren't getting $50,000 and they got to go buy gasoline and food. They're going to fight each other, sir. They're going to fight each other. You're going to have civil war in the street because before you know it, the Marines will say, where the hell is our bonus?
Right.
Where's our bonus at? We deserve a bonus. And then ICE agents, guess who Trump is going to call when the Marines refuse to work, and the Marines are angry. You know, Trump is going to call in the ICE agents. He's going to call the ICE agents in to quell unrest among the Marines who haven't been paid. The Marines who aren't getting paid because the economy is terrible, and ICE agents are getting all the money. Then the Marines and the ICE agents fight. Then the Navy and the ICE agents fight. Now you have civil war. And I think these stinking white people think that civil war is going to mean white people killing black people or white people killing Mexicans. Civil war is going to be ICE agents fighting the Marines. That's what is going to happen. The Navy fighting the ICE agents, just like during 9/11, when money was scarce and people were struggling, the police fought the firemen because the police got a raise. You see, the police got the raise, but the firemen didn't get their raise. And they punched the police in the face at City Hall. That happened. That's the Civil War that having incompetent white men in charge is going to create. You fired black women. For 100,000 black women you fired. Now the planes are dropping out the sky. People dying every day at the airport. You fired good people because they were black and Latino. You fired them and you gave ICE all the money. And that's going to make the people that you did not give the money to start civil war. It always happens, and it always will.
And General, you just hit on something. That's one thing I'm puzzled about every day, because on the news they see all these things happening because of lack of this and lack of that, but they never bring out how Trump did this with Doge. They got rid of all the important people. They got rid of all the ones who do the check and do the double check and make sure everything is right. They got rid of them, and Trump put in his loyalists. And now every department, everything is messed up, and because they don't know what they're doing.
That's it.
They don't know what the hell they're doing.
They don't know what they're doing. Correct, General Mayor. Please, sir.
Crazy. Go ahead, you die.
Con, sir.
Give it up. First, give it up. Go ahead.
Con, sir. Con. So I can. It says senseless. It was overkill. Milwaukee man and pregnant girlfriend asked neighbor to turn down music. Moments later, it ends in a deadly confrontation.
Killed this man over turning the music down.
Con.
Keep reading. And please give me a picture.
Con. Family members are mourning the brutal murders of a Milwaukee man and his pregnant girlfriend who were reportedly shot to death by a neighbor after a dispute about loud music. Authorities arrested a 27-year-old man for the shooting deaths of 31-year-old Maya Tolbert and 33-year-old Giovanni McKicker. Family members say Tolbert and McKicker, a father of 6, shared 2 children. Tolbert was 7 months pregnant at the time of the shooting.
Damn. They had 2 children. He had 6. And she was pregnant. Rotten beast. And were these Edomites that killed him? I bet you they picture's not in there.
Con, they didn't say, sir.
You can assume. Sir, for years, you've been talking about how white people believe they are always justified to unalive us over our music. You've been telling people that for years.
Like that music they feel is they have a right to take us out. Meanwhile, they putting as much demonic music in their music as they can. Like they straight up out and out worshiping Satan in their music. We turn our music on and it's now, now you got to murder a man of 6 and 1 on the way and his woman for not turning the music down. Like, and that's let me tell you, that's what white people want. They don't want to call the cops.
No.
They watching TV out. They want to get their gun and come out and shoot everybody.
That's right.
They want them. I mean, that's why every time somebody knock on their door, they shooting them to death.
Yeah.
Every time they somebody knocking on the door, they shooting them to death. It's insane. You know, man. Is there more you die?
Sorry, sir. We got footage.
Oh, you do got footage. Let's see that footage.
Understand he's never coming back. I want you to understand his kids.
Hey, who's that?
Gotta grow up with no father, not just.
I believe it's his sister, sir.
Kind of
One, all five. We gotta take care of them now. The mother gone. Two of them gotta have no mother, no father. Maya.
The killer was what?
They still not saying what the killer was, sir.
Oh, okay, my bad. Go ahead.
Got him one car.
That's probably for good reason. Because of course we don't kill each other over our music. At least not for how loud it is. We love our music. You know, right? Let's keep going. That was a horrible story right there. You know what I mean? Oh man, James Duncan, I'm with you, bro. James Duncan said, "Do y'all remember Jordan Davis?" He was listening to 50 Cent and got erased. I remember it like it was yesterday, man. Killed that boy in the back seat of the car because some out of control, can't control his emotions Edomite wanted them to turn their music down, and he didn't even ask them to turn the music down. He just started shooting them. Okay, I think his mother ran for office after that. Get me right on that.
That sounds right, sir. And you know,
yeah,
sir,
man.
So right now, you know, remember Kid Rock did the alternative halftime show, the all-American halftime show, right? At the Super Bowl, and the music of choice of white people right now is country music. They all love Jelly Roll and Kid Rock. And brother, when you go back and do the history on country music, you white people out there, I'm sure you know this already. Country music was so racist and so hateful of blacks and Latinos that they did not allow you to play drums. Now, this is a historic. The racism of white people and music in particular is just one genre that highlights just how evil they are, to where you were not allowed to bring drums into the Grand Ole Opry. You were not allowed to. Drums were outlawed. You were not allowed to have drums because they associated drums with jazz music and a beat forward music that they associated with being black. And so and anyone can go look it up. They didn't allow you to have drums. And in 1942, Adolf Hitler outlawed jazz music.
Yes, he did.
He took over France. He put a picture up of a monkey with a saxophone with a shield of David on his lapel, saying that the Jews are black and jazz is black music. Anyone
yes, he did.
That? Like our music, and you've always taught people this, it pushes a button in them that it turns on something so primal in their caveman DNA that makes them want to take life. So like sir.
You're right. They think they're hearing jungle music. It sounds like boom, 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 boom. And it terrorizes them. It sounds like we're playing music to come get you. Because of course they know all the crimes they committed. You know what I mean? And so of course they don't want to hear that music coming their way. And meanwhile, Kid Rock is a complete plagiarist of black people. His style, his character, his dress code, all of it came from black people. Meanwhile, he's walking around acting as though it did, when it came exactly from black people.
Including his name, including rock, which comes from black people.
Yes, including rock.
Yeah. And can you imagine being so hateful that you hate an instrument? Like that, I try to put my, damn it, that fucking saxophone.
Yeah.
And stand that damn that tambourine. Being so evil that you hate an object, like an inanimate object of a drum.
Yes.
It's a wild thing to try to study. So
it sure is. You know, man. It sure is. Hey, listen, confession good for the soul. My father hated white so much we couldn't have a white phone.
Go ahead, Pop.
On the wall. Now I see why.
Go ahead.
Like now he had the same problem on the other side.
Go ahead. Listen, he was in the right.
My mother came home with a white phone one time, and she said, "That's all they had." He said, "Well, that's not going up on our wall." He could not take a white phone. I laughed, brother. I laughed. Like he was very upset with you white folks in the 70s. So yeah,
I can serve my bay. That's like it, sir, if I may.
Please.
It's like my father, sir. My father didn't own a pair of white socks, and neither do I.
Well done.
God. God. All right, since we going there, that's good for the show. I listen. I bought a white phone case, and I cannot put it on my phone to this day. I went to put it on my phone, and the white. I looked at the white case. I looked at the phone. I said, "Oh shit, he would have hated it." I took the white case to him off. Salad.
That was honorable.
You know what I'm saying? Right. But listen, but we have reason to feel this way because of what has been done to us. Like white people are sore winners. You won it all, and you are upset for winning. When you won it all, it's ridiculous, man. You got one more for us, you die. We can squeeze in.
Colonel Wakan, sir. Colonel Wakan. You can't.
James said he don't even let white cups in his house. Go ahead.
Colonel Wakan, sir. UK nuclear submarine deployed to Arabian Sea before Iran targets key U.S.-UK base.
So they sending their nuclear sub down there. I don't know. It's a little that's a rough one. That's a nuclear sub.
That is.
So we know it runs on the power of nuclear weapons. Does it also have nuclear weapons? And if it does, why did they choose that weapon first? Are they planning to take Iran completely out with multiple nukes from multiple countries? That's going to be a disaster. And you got China and Russia already in that theater. So it is getting very intense. Go ahead,
if Donald Trump wasn't so weak, the smarter thing to do would have been to attack Israel. That would have been like if Israel is saying that they're going to start World War III and you tell them not to, and they say we're doing it anyway, the smarter thing would have been to take out the Israeli government's ability to attack Iran. That would have been, now there would have been no World War III because everyone on the planet would have said, well, yes, the Israeli government, they're trying to start World War III. No one, not even J.D. Vance wanted Iran to be attacked. No country wants their oil market to skyrocket. So everyone would have said, well, if you had to attack the Israelis because they were refusing to not invade Iran, they would have understood it. And guess what? Since the Israeli government can't even exist without America's blessing, the Israelis couldn't have done anything. Because the only power the Israeli government has is America. So America could have taken out the Israeli government's ability to attack Iran, and they would have been celebrated around the world for avoiding World War III. They should have attacked Israel. But Donald Trump is too much of a maricon. He's too much of a punk to have done it. Fuck it.
Yeah. One more, you die. One more. Did I lose you?
Oh, Slack, sir. We still here, sir. Khan. Arachi calls for a permanent end to current future attacks on Iran and demands reparations for war.
Go ahead.
Colonel Khan, Iran will demand assurances that attacks will stop and reparations are made for war damages and agreeing to end the conflict.
That's a lot. They must feel very empowered to be demanding that. You know what I mean? Like, once again, both sides are so puffed up and so determined to run up in each other's zone that, you know, I don't see them pulling this back at all. I do see the possibility of them dropping a nuclear bomb on, especially if the Israelis are threatening that already. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy. It's looking like that ain't gonna help. Go ahead.
Khan, Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi told Qatar-owned Arabi El Jadid on Sunday. Araghchi emphasized that he was not referring to a short-term ceasefire. He was demanding an end to U.S. and Israeli strikes on Iran indefinitely.
Big demand. You know what I mean? Big demand that I don't see them pulling back to do unless Iran has leverage that we don't know about. You know what I'm saying? That was a little blink from Trump, too, to say he going to get 5 more days. That was a bit of a blink.
Oh, yeah, it was.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a little blink now. You better be careful. You know what I mean? Like, the stakes are high now. You better make sure that, they understand you mean business. You know what I'm saying?
That's another drawback of a man with no integrity. He thinks no one else has any either. Like in his mind, he can just make a deal, and he can make a deal, and you'll forget about the fact that he killed your father and killed your son. Because he'll make a deal with you. He'll forget about the fact that you bombed the school and killed 100 little girls. In his mind, let's take a pause on this and let's make a deal. The men who love their children don't want to make deals.
Right.
That's what he doesn't get. Like these Arabs love their children. They love their kids. They love their wives who you bomb and kill. In his mind, we can just pause this now and let's make a deal. Not after my children are dead. You see, some people have integrity, and you can't make deals with them. They don't want a deal. They want justice. That's what they want. And people who don't have integrity, they don't understand that other people do. They don't. They don't get it, sir.
Done. Every point. Like for sure, they are being full of no integrity in this battle. Nobody is saying, go ahead. What were you going to say? No, please, go ahead.
I was going to say, that's why they were so stunned about 9/11.
Yeah.
Big shock that there was a terrorist. You were supposed to know that was going to happen.
Right.
But 9/11 came as such a shock. You go over there and you bomb their country to death and kill all their kids. And then when you're told that Osama bin Laden is set on a terrorist attack in America, you think, he's not going to do that. He's not going to do it. Don't worry about anything. Because all they care about is money.
Yeah.
They got shocked when somebody else cares about their children.
Yeah.
Somebody else doesn't care about money. They don't give a damn about. And over there in the Middle East, you got people that don't care about anything but revenge. Nothing. They don't care about making money. That means nothing to them. And there are people that love their children in every race. People that love their wives, love their kids, love their homeland. And you're not going to make deals with those people. What you have to do is treat all mankind with decency and fairness. That's what you actually have to do. But that is the one thing that you cannot do. Salakia, sir.
Damn right.
Joe.
And
Joe, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was going to say, it's such biblical prophecy what you're saying, because in Isaiah 13 and 17, if you get that, you die. It says exactly what you're saying about them. Like, the Medes are not worrying about money, gold or silver. You understand? They got integrity. And the Lord put that spirit in them because of what he got going on in these last days. It's such biblical what you're saying, dude. It's ridiculous, man. You got Isaiah 13 and 17?
Con, the book of Isaiah. The book of Isaiah, chapter 13 and verse 17. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them.
For everybody to know, the Medes are the Iranians. The Persian Medes is the Iran Empire today. That's who they are. Read it again from the top, brother.
book of Isaiah, chapter 13 and verse 17. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it.
Stop. You can stop right there. That's what's going on today. They ain't worried about no deal. They ain't worried about that money. You done killed their family. They got integrity. You understand? They gonna stand for what they believe in, and you're not gonna sway them with your money talking all that there. And it's not gonna happen. The Lord put the spirit in them for this to be this way. So that's all. I just want to bring it up.
Hardcore, House. Hardcore.
Yeah, I'm right. Hardcore. Give it up. Hardcore. Hey, I want to thank the heavy hitters up in the building. General Muhammad, give it up. General Micah Allah, give it up. Salakia. General Hazayan, give it up. They're holding us down like they do all the time. Officer Marah, Officer Yediah, Officer Ibad Hayah, and Officer Mathumyad, man, I.S.U.P.K. Join us. 57th annual Passover next week. Get up on it. Go pay us some tithes. Get your tickets for the Passover, and let's come together, man, and fix us so the Lord can fix the rest of the earth that's around us. Take care, fam. Shalom.
Shalom, Israel. It's that time again. The I.S.U.P.K. under Commanding General YAHANNA presents the Lord's 57th annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 57th annual Passover, April 4th, 2026 in Houston, Texas. All Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans are commanded to observe the Lord's Passover. This will be the biggest Passover to date. You do not want to miss this. Fresh lamb, fresh wine, and bitter herbs as commanded by the Most High. Only $200 per person, ages 17 and up. The biggest event of the year. There is only one Passover, and it's under Commanding General YAHANNA. See you there, Israel. Shalom.
Nobody else there to compare to. Train for war, men of war, and war like apparel. Prefer our leaders, can't get between us. Watch where you stepping.